This AI totally changes how AI videos do transformations forever. This is real-time semantic progress in video generation. Long word, but basically what it does is it smooths out transformations in video. As you see here with this cat where it's turning into this lion, you see the one on the left where it is looking around, very smooth motion, but the transformation is sporadic all at once at the end. Where the one on the right, you see that the cat turns with the head first being the lion's mane and everything, and then the body changes as well. And that's what it is achieving. It's using this thing called Semantic Progress Function, as well as semantic linearization. In short, what it means is, basically if you want to create a 5-second clip, 10-second clip, 15-second clip, or whatever the time limit, it smooths out that transition time over the time of the actual video footage. So instead of you getting a video footage where something may change all at once, this one, well, it smooths it out so it transforms gradually over that time period. And they say the problem with nonlinear semantic evolution, basically what's wrong with not smoothing out the transitions, is that it's kind of sporadic. As we see here with some of these clips here, where we see the balloon to a lantern, it doesn't look too bad, especially for AI, but it could probably be a lot better because it's so sporadic. Even with the bird in the nest, it kind of just appears. Then it doesn't actually form or come out of anything. And what we see here at the bottom is that semantic linearization. Basically where you see that gray dotted line at is the ideal time length for transformation, and the red line is the time it's actually transforming. That's why you see those peaks and valleys. And we see here with this camera one in the middle where it actually is transforming really fast. You see how even the graph looks like stair steps, and each stair step is like a transformation, one transformation to another. It's not really that smooth. And we see even in the other graphs that even if it's a good video or anything about it, that it doesn't really smooth out the transformation. It just happens. I think an cool illustration of maybe a somewhat smooth out graph but could be smoother is this city example where it's turning into this tech city of circuits type of thing, which I think is pretty cool. And there are some more examples of different non-linear transformations that happen out of nowhere, but I think the magic actually happens and you get to see it is when you see it with the semantic progress function in action, right? Basically when you see how it looks when you apply this technique to a video, or we see it with this cone on the left and this other cone on the right where it transforms, where you see it's really gradual. I think of it like the Venom transformation, where Venom kind of transforms where he's a normal person and then Eddie Brock gets swallowed up by the Venom symbiote and then transforms like that. That's what we see here. Even with like Strawberry, where it transforms into this bird, you see how it starts spinning and it gradually starts changing textures to become like this bird, and the features start changing slowly. And I think one of the ones that are really good to illustrate is the camera one, where you see the camera turn into, or the house turn into a camera, but it's very quick. It's very like one change, then another big change. But we see the one on the right where it's a house, but then it gets covered by like a dome. And then you see like camera lens, and then transformation kind of happens slowly where background changes and everything to make this actually happen. It's one smooth kind of continuous transformation. It still has some flaws immediately, but it's not as abrupt as the other one. So I think we see the issue in what they're solving here. But it doesn't just stop there. You can use existing videos for this. So they said for videos they cannot regenerate from scratch, they can resegment it, basically meaning that they can use existing video generators to, well, make these smoother curves. What we see here is WAN 2.2 and LTX2 when it comes to their video generators. And what we see here with like Vecma, where they're making the transformation from image or person to that monster thing, whatever that thing is in Stranger Things. And we see a similar thing here with LTX2. LTX2 admittedly does look fire. I'm saying the transformation is much slower, a lot more dramatic as well. But then we see here Semantic Progress Function, basically the video smoother, we can see how more gradual it is. This is with WAN versus the SPF version of it, to see just how slow and gradual it is. This is with LTX2 with Vecma using the SPF, the video smoother, to see how much more crisp it is. And LTX2 actually does great. LTX2 already looked good beforehand. And then we also have these examples here with the input, and then with WAN with Thor, where you can make the transformation way more gradual. Here, I don't know if it actually fits because, well, Thor hammer is kind of slowly being morphed. I think the first input frame made more sense for it, but still, I think it still shows the example of how it could be smoothed out and gradually transformed into these items versus just like a strike of lightning, very dramatic transformation. You even have one where you can do the smoothing out of the video with actual audio, so you don't have to just get a smooth, quiet video. You can have some audio. They have quite a bit of examples here, but here are some really cool ones to see how the audio pairs with the actual visual. And as you see in here, it actually did pretty well. And it's very smooth and very consistent throughout most of the generations. And I think this is pretty cool, especially if you're working on transformations and stuff like that in videos. Actually, funny enough, did a WAN 2.7 full breakdown and a WAN 2.7 tutorial on everything you need to know about that. In that video, I actually did a transformation using the Venom as the starting point, and this is how it went. If you did want to see a video of how to use WAN 2.7 and maybe how we can use this video smoother to make better transformations, let me know down in the comment section down below. Well, with that being said, your boy Dex Not Dexter. With that being said, you should definitely like and subscribe if you want to keep up the latest and greatest AI news. With that being said, your boy Dex Not Dexter out.